I became a researcher because I found that solving small scientific enigmas can contribute to advances in medicine. I work in Spain, Sweden and Ireland, and being a mobile researcher has opened my mind to so many opportunities in Europe, and it's a very good experience to see how science works in different countries. I thought that being a mobile researcher would offer me more opportunities and be able to choose the projects I was interested in and not being limited to what I had in my own country. So that was one of the reasons, and as traveling abroad was never a problem for me, but just the opposite. The decision to travel abroad was easy to make. I was looking for specific projects. So when I was sending my CV, it was based on projects, not in countries, so I applied throughout Europe. And I saw this project in the Royal College of Surgeons, and I really like, and I ended up here. And I'm very happy that I came to this country because it offered me the opportunity to work with really high standard groups. And also the country itself, it makes it's a really generous and cosmopolitan country, and makes the foreigners feel like they're at home. At the moment, being a researcher in Spain is very difficult due to the little funding available for science. There is very high standard research groups, but the funding that they get is very little. So if you want to develop as a researcher, you have to consider moving to another country. One of the difficulties that I had to face was that I decided to be a researcher when I was 32, and some of the grants I had to apply for had an upper age limit, so it was difficult for me to access those grant opportunities. I think the technique, the skills that I learned as a researcher, could apply to the other areas, not only working in research, in basic research, but also lecturing, or even in the industry and moving to the pharmaceutical companies. I think there is a work to do in the universities, because students should be more aware of all the opportunities that they can find abroad. They have to be aware that they are not only limited to the opportunities that they can find in their city or their own country, but there is much more abroad, and it's a very good experience to work abroad and see how science works in other countries. I think it's good that you plan your career, but at the same time, because that will allow you to achieve what you want. But at the same time, you have to be flexible, because what you think that you would like to do today could change in 10 years' time, and maybe you will consider some other opportunities that you never thought of before. This is only my first postdoc, but our PI always encouraged you to plan your career, and he will help us to do anything he can to lead you through the way you want to go. At the moment, I have funding for the next couple of years, but after that I will have to think about more funding opportunities. And because of the bad economical situation in Europe, we will have to see what happens.